This is a 13-inch MacBook Pro from 10 years ago, featuring the classic logo light on the A side, magnetic charging, native USB ports, a 2K Retina display, a variety of ports, and an extremely minimalist industrial design. Today, you only need 799 Yen to get the 16GB version in the second-hand market, and the lower configuration 8GB version can be bought for just over 500 Yen in good condition. So does the 10-year-old budget MVP still have some fight left in it today? Originally, some time ago, I wanted to buy a 2019 Headless Horseman. Would you like to see it? Then I suddenly discovered that on a certain second-hand platform, the price of this 2015 13-inch Pro had already dropped to 500 or 600 Yen, so I waited for a few days and bought a 16GB plus 256GB version for 799 Yen. This MacBook Pro from 2015 uses Apple's classic A1/5 mode, especially the glowing logo on the A side, innovatively using the backlight of the display panel as the light source, which can change with the screen brightness. Even today, it looks very impressive. And this unibody shell is unbeatable for under 100 Yen. Apart from the currently high-priced second-hand XPS, you can hardly find a laptop with such good quality at this budget. The one I received has some scratches on the surface, but the components on top are all covered with stickers. Lifting the screen to the front, this 2K resolution Retina display still isn't outdated today. The display effect is very delicate, making it suitable for those who often need to deal with text. When purchasing, be aware that this generation might have issues with the anti-reflective coating peeling off. However, the coating on this one is still in good condition. Although the bezel is really thick, for 600 or 700 Yen, you get a Retina display. What more could you ask for? As for the keyboard, it still features the classic scissor switch keyboard. Later models of the Mac replaced it with a butterfly keyboard, which made it the MacBook Pro with the best typing feel in those years. And this keyboard has multi-level backlight adjustment. You can hardly find this on Windows computers of the same year and price. Moving on to the trackpad, this generation added pressure sensitivity, simulating real vibrations through a vibration motor. When powered off, the touchpad is just a board that cannot be pressed. In the few months I've been using this MacBook Pro, I haven't touched the mouse even once. Once you use it, you can't go back. The ports are very rich, and it also has the classic magnetic charging, allowing you to easily see if it's fully charged, and you don't have to worry about someone tripping over your charging cable. The two Thunderbolt 2 ports on the side can also expand to a 4K 60 frames per second display. And there's this SD card slot that hasn't appeared in later generations, which is really useful for us Nikon veterans. Fortunately, in recent years, Mac has added it back. This is also the last generation of Mac equipped with a native USB-A port. This MacBook Pro from 2015, though old, is definitely sufficient for everyday office tasks. In terms of hardware specifications, this unit is equipped with an i5-5257U. Its actual performance is definitely far behind the 15-inch model of the same period. We ran a benchmark, and you can see a single core score of 998 and a multi-core score of 2037. This score is actually quite low. The 15-inch model from the same period is equipped with a standard voltage processor, so its performance is correspondingly better. Our unit is equipped with 16GB of memory and a 256GB hard drive configuration. Although the hard drive is a bit small, this generation of MacBook Pro allows you to replace the solid-state drive yourself, so it's not a big issue. With this performance configuration today, whether it's writing code or office work, doing simple tasks like managing a public account is still very easy. This generation of the 13-inch MacBook Pro is equipped with the Iris Graphics 6100, which has relatively average performance, but in actual use, decoding 4K videos is not a problem. Let's try it. We'll directly search for a 4K video to play. You can see that the loading process is relatively slow, but the playback is quite smooth. We are now using 4K ultra high definition quality, and you can see that under normal conditions with comments, it's actually quite smooth without frame drops or overheating issues. But now when we touch the upper part of the body, it's still a bit warm. On Bilibili, as long as the screen isn't full of comments, there generally won't be any frame drops. Okay, let's try out productivity next. You see, with so many web pages open, it does load a bit slowly.
Jumped several times here and it's still loading now.
However, since it's an old model, this is quite normal. Okay, we opened some material from a Huawei tablet we had before, and it can actually play smoothly on a single track. It's still fine, but if we move the progress bar to the dual track section, then noticeable stuttering occurs. Oh, you can see the progress bar is noticeably stuttering, but for the earlier single track segment, as long as it's loaded, there's no problem. It might stutter a bit, but 4K at 30 frames on a single track is fine. However, if you want to go up to 4K at 60, you'll need to use a proxy to achieve a smoother editing experience. If you usually just edit some simple lifestyle blogger content, then 1080p is sufficient after all. This laptop is already 10 years old.